Hey guys, what's going on? It's Coach BJ here. I'm gonna do a little behind the scenes for you and show you a calculator that I made for me and my clients to calculate their percentages, their lifting percentages based off of up to a 5 rep max. So the chart is called XRM because it could be a 1 rep max, a 2 rep max, what have you. So take a look at, before we get there, the link for this sheet, the link for you to copy your own sheet is going to be in the description, so take a look at the description below. Make sure you make sure you subscribe so that you get notifications for all the new videos that are coming out. I'm going to have more technical back-end stuff coming up, just to give you guys a little bit of an insight on what happens behind the scenes. Okay, how to use. There's a first, second, and third order of input. So first, enter the weight lifted. So right over here, we would enter the weight lifted. Let's just call this 200 pounds or 200 kilo. It really doesn't matter as long as you know you're doing kilo or pounds or stone or whatever you want to measure. Cool. 200 pounds. Let's make these 0 and 0 just for now. If you put 0 in, it's going to treat it like it's a 1. And I could have fixed that on this sheet, but it doesn't really matter because nobody's lifting 0 reps. So let's just put a 1 in there. Cool, so I lifted 1 rep. I had no RIR. So let's take a look. Second, enter reps performed, only up through 5 rep max. So I entered a 1. I put that in there because if you do a 6 rep max, a 7 rep max, an 8 rep max, the higher that rep max goes, the less accurate it's going to extrapolate, or I guess interpolate, to a 1 rep max. So we want to keep it between 1 and 5 rep maxes. In order to really get a good idea of our data set. Anything past that, you're just not going to be able to use the calculator. There are plenty of other calculators or plenty of other percentage sheets that will show you backwards. I just don't think they're as accurate, so I wouldn't go off of that to dictate my training. So we're looking at the reps here. 1 rep, it shows me my percentages here. Let me just put in, if I did 2 reps, cool. Now my 70% is 133, my 80% is 152. So we'll be able to see all those different values kind of self-populate here. Reps in reserve. Before I get there, let's just put in 6. If you did a 6, I set it to give you these errors. Reps, including reserve, are too large. Formula only applies to 5 rep max or less. So we'll put that 5 in there. Or actually, let's put a 4. Cool, reps in reserve. This is, or RIR, this is something that we use in the strength and conditioning world to talk about how many more reps could you have done. Sometimes you do 4 really heavy reps, but you think you might have been able to squeak out 1 more. You had 1 rep in reserve. If you're getting a nosebleed and you barely finish that last rep, you have no reps in reserve. But if you think you might have been able to squeeze out 1 more, 2 more reps in reserve. I might reformulate this calculator to cut you off at 2 reps in reserve. If you have too many more reps in reserve, it's not going to be an accurate number to really calculate percentages on. Percentages are best calculated off of true maximums. But let's just say 4 reps, 100% would be 178. If I gave myself 1 rep in reserve, it's as if I did 5 reps. So now my 100% is 172. So it changes my percentages up a little bit. If I had 2 reps in reserve, oops, now reps and reps in reserve is over 6, which kind of goes outside of that 5 rep max parameter that I set. So reps plus reps in reserve, if you have any, should be less than 5 rep max for this calculator. That's it, guys. That's how you use this. You really only need to change the green, then the orange, then the blue. So that's it. You just have to change those 3 numbers. Make sure that if the sheet comes pre-populated with any numbers already in there, that you set them all to 0 before you start putting any numbers in. So that's all I have for you guys today. I'm going to do some more technical tutorials like this that shows kind of the back end of how we do things, just to help you structure and analyze your own training. So until next time, get smart, be strong, go fast.